How you doing, man? I just jumped in Discord with Dustin. I didn't realize he was in here. Dustin, if you do unmute yourself, just make sure you you mute the stream so we don't get any backlash that way. Alright, so gonna go in here, go into rocks. Now I have set all these folders and files and path and stuff up, so if you went into this folder and just tried to load this map, it may not load this exactly how you're seeing it right now. It's taken me forever and a day to get this the way I wanted it to. Okay, so we're gonna pull this one up, and every time that you kind of restart on a map, it's different, right? Like it's like almost like a child. It's like every single time you do it, it's different. You end up with some kind of different result. So, you know, like you really, it's artistic to some degree, and I know that kind of sounds silly, but it's a lot of fun. He never comes out twice the same. So if I build the same trail twice, like I'm just having to do right now, it will never end up the same way for sure. Okay, so I'm going to stack this, and what I'm actually going to do is rotate this around a little bit so our textures look a little better. I'm going to put it right up on top of here. Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm actually going to turn you up just a little bit.
Hopefully you can't hear my 3D printer in the background.
No, you're good.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I've got Discord turned up. See if I can actually turn you up just a little bit. Cool. I think you're good. Awesome. What's up, dude? I'm trying to build us a challenge for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably really hard to do it like that and figure out what's going to look like in a vehicle.
Yeah, you kind of get like a feel for it, but I actually really prefer to like freehand it like this because I don't know, like I was saying, it kind of feels like art, you know.
Yeah.
So what are you 3D printing? For those who don't know, and if you guys can't hear Dustin on the stream, just let me know or let us both know or whatever. What are you 3D printing today, man?
I am 3D printing rock sliders for a 10-3 Gladiator right now.
Oh, cool. I know that's like been a big, like the body mold, the little slider thing for the body.
Yep.
That's like a big pain in the ass, I've heard over and over again. I would like to buy one of the 10-3s. I just finished building a 10-2 out of like spare parts that I had laying around, but I really don't like the portals.
Yeah.
I was going to buy the Gladiator, decided not to because I was just like, I really don't want to deal with portals. I've got a set of metal portals, and they're okay at best. I don't know. I just think it was a weird move that they put them on that machine.
Without a doubt. They don't belong in the Gladiator platform at all. The Gladiator's pretty big.
Dude, I ran my bomber I had was a 1.9, and it was like 15 inches wheelbase. So I'm a huge fan of the super long vehicles. It just really seems like the scale on it looks really good too. It seems like they nailed the proportions.
That new one I just built was 17.
The 10-3 or the IFS car?
The IFS car.
Dude, that's sharp.
I had to get a transfer case from Hoback, but
Yeah.
it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
It's probably half of that truck's 3D printed now.
That's amazing, man. What do you do all your modeling in?
I use Tinkercad.
Okay.
Which is actually pretty simple because I tried using. I had like a couple month free trial of the Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, I don't know, it was too hard to teach myself, and I couldn't watch hours and hours of YouTube and get anything from it.
Man, that's kind of how I feel about Blender. Like, I'm really lucky that I've got this this group of guys in the Discord for the modding. They've been really helpful, particularly this guy named Chuck, and he's actually in the Discord with us. I mentioned.
Sweet.
Let's see. I'll actually send him a message. I'll tell you what's really funny is I think the guys in like the off-road Discord, I've gotten really into this stuff here in like the past few weeks. I think they've started to ignore me because I feel like they used to be a lot more like talkative, and they're definitely way less talkative. And like I see that they're playing the game here recently, and I'm just like, hey guys, you guys want to play? And I don't ever get a message back. So I think I might have overstayed my I might have overextended my welcome.
Yep.
But what are you gonna do? You know.
Right.
So you told me you were coming back from school today. Where are you going to school at? What are you studying?
So I'm going to Missouri S&T in Rolla, which is a big engineering school, but I'm actually going for business management.
There you go, man.
But they combine, so they're one of the first schools that's combining like business and IST all into one degree. So technically I'll be getting a business and management system degree. So it's kind of cool because I know you're big into coding. I've had to learn quite a bit of that.
That's
and now
cool.
I'm learning programming this semester.
Yeah, dude. So what language are you learning in?
Well, right now, for what, programming?
Yeah.
Right now it was just did normal C codes, and we're just going to start like Windows code.
Yeah. See, it's so funny. I feel like everyone is moving to Python now, but if they're teaching you C, man, they actually want you to learn something.
Yeah. Pretty basic so far.
Yeah, it is basic when it really comes down to it. It's just learning how to tell a computer what math to do.
Exactly.
So my goal for these like technical rock crawl courses is make them where you have to use rear steer, and I think this should work. Again, I'm just running through.
Rear steer in full. It's like a controller.
Oh, dude. Once you find out that this is possible, it really changes
100%.
like how you look at this game. And especially when I found out that we could do, like, I could actually modify the composition of these tires. Dude, it changed everything for me, because I was like, I'm not limited to, what the tire can handle anymore. I'm now, I can actually build something like technically challenging and not limited by just the junk tires.
Right. What wheels do you have on there?
So these, I don't think you guys have these either. These are 20-inch Fuel Onza wheels. I'm not sure if he released those or not, but those are on 20s and 42s.
It looked like the KMCs that Shepard posted earlier.
Those are actually. They're the machete wheels. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, they're the machetes. He released, or he built those. I don't think he's released them yet. I think he's actually missing a couple screws and stuff on them too.
Dope.
Yeah, man, they're sick. I think he's got a black option as well. The guys that do that, man, are just so talented. It's really amazing what they can do.
I remember watching the videos of like Nixon Spun whenever they did like spin tires way back.
Yeah, dude.
'Cause I played that so many hours. Like I had probably 1,000 hours on first spin tires game.
That's awesome.
Like, that's all I ever did.
Yeah, let me see if they're online. I think they're all online. Let's see here.
I can't believe they still do it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'll get burned out at that point. They built so many trucks.
Yeah, I think they're online. But yeah, man, it is crazy. And Spun he's so good, man. He's really, really good at what he does. I know he's been doing it for a while, but he's super good. Just talking to him, it's hard to pick up on even, having the conversation, because it's like he just leaps and bounds ahead of where I am, like, mentally.
Sure. Get that.
Alright. I'm gonna have to go back and modify some of these East Coast trails, because I built them for that, like a cheap truck challenge I wanted to do with those guys, and none of them ever got back to me. So,
oh man.
Yeah, well, it's fine. I think everybody was just busy, but I had a few of the guys who actually wanted to do it, but when the time came, like, no one could really figure out or settle on a time, so it happens. But I need to kind of go through this map again and make a lot harder stuff for sure, because I don't think you'll be able to do this in any other vehicle other than the ones that we're gonna run, the TrackFabs.
Those things are pretty legit.
Yeah, the original designer did an excellent job. I'm gonna try to get coilovers on the machines though. Not crazy about these air shocks.
No, not at all.
That's like
I was
the
playing with them quite a bit earlier.
it's almost impossible to like get them to do what you want them to do. It feels like they really fight you every way through.
Well, and for me, when I was tuning them, it seemed like total opposite of a real life car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was just game or it's me, but like I felt like it was super stiff in the game, and I had like and I jacked the rebound like way up. It was like night and day difference smoother. I was like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, so in this game, I have learned that the way that I had actually had to go look this up because I felt the same way. I was like, bump percentage, things like that, rebound percentage. You would think that it would scale a certain way, but the way that I read it is bump dampening in this game. It is how much bump dampening, like the percentage, is how much dampening you want at maximum compression. So like if you go through and you set your bump dampening to 100%, then at maximum compression of the shock, you're going to get 100% dampening, and it's not going to progressively it'll use 100% of the dampening capabilities essentially, and the same thing for rebound. So it was a little confusing, and the bypass is basically how much of that do you want to negate. So the way that I should have set this car up, which I'm not sure if I've done any of it, so I have no bump dampening, so it will not hinder the shock at all when it's going in. Rebounding is all the way up, and fast rebounding needs to be all the way up too. And then everything else, spring linearity and spring pressure, are both super low.
Yep.
So that seems to be the winning combination, but
cool line.
Yeah, I'm hoping this will turn out okay.
It's cool you got all the different like locations in this map. Like you got desert, you got Moab.
Yeah, I got tired of like not having to change maps, and especially the way that multiplayer works, and I need to set it up tomorrow, like get the server and stuff set up, but the way that multiplayer works is that you load one map and then you load one like set of mods and everything like that, and then basically if you want to change that, you've got to restart the server. So I was like, okay, how do I avoid restarting the server? And the answer was like, okay, just build everything at once.
Sure.
And then it's all in one place, and it'll be there. So every section, every like piece of the map should have a fast section, should have like a decent trail section, and then should have something that you can't, it's not easily done. So I tried to kind of just knock it all out in one rip here. Probably gonna get off here in just a few minutes too, because I'm tired, man. I got so much sleep last night, but it's like my body was tired from getting so much sleep.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. I went and picked up my son from my mother-in-law last night, and I was like, I've got the most sleep I've had in 8 months. I was like, I felt great this morning, but I could not feel worse right now. It's like,
Yep.
It's just I was not made to run on all this rest.
Right. It's so cool how you can edit the map like that. That's insane.
Yeah, man, it's really not too hard. Once you figure out how everything works, it's really not too bad. It just becomes like, how do you do it well?
Yep.
Still figuring that out. I think I also choose like a very inefficient way to do it most of the time. So think there's probably like, better automation, stuff like that I can do. But I like I said, I really like kind of getting my hands on everything here.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking is we'll come up, we'll hook it, and then we'll go up, and I'm gonna. So you pretty much come up like this. I need to get another one of these. Make this a really tight, like S-curve. So have you gotten a chance to go wheeling recently or anything like that?
So we haven't really wheeled much this summer just because it's been so hot. Here in Missouri, the weather's absolutely ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah, it's been terrible in Tennessee too.
Yeah, we're going out all weekend. We're going to S'more. We're actually loading up tomorrow night.
Cool, man.
Wish you were closer up this way because S'more is probably one of the coolest parks in the country.
Man, I'll get out there sometime. Anytime you guys come to Windrock in the UTV, let me know because I can definitely come out here and I can probably get Hubert to come with us whenever you come. If he's not,
How far are you from Windrock?
2.5 hours maybe, like a little less, maybe a little more.
Thinking about going there next year for our vacation, actually.
Come on down, dude. Just give me the dates in advance so my wife doesn't get mad when I leave.
Figure something out for sure.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
So we went to Windrock, I think, was it 2017, I think we went?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I remember. I was so mad because I was going to go back and look at like all the race hills and stuff.
Mm-hmm. They're blocked off.
And it was blocked off and they told me I couldn't go back there.
Yeah.
So look, I'm 10 hours from home. And I've been watching YouTube videos for like 5 or 6 years about these hills.
Yeah, man.
Let me walk back there.
They're kind of
They're
weird.
like, no, it's a restricted area. And I was like, seriously?
Yeah, I don't necessarily get that. And also, when I went to the race this year, I was very underwhelmed by.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, we can always, we can start the debate of like, are the race hills the same as they used to be? And they're definitely like not the same that they used to be, but I don't know. I haven't watched a race since I left working with them, and
The game has changed.
It has, and I don't know, man. It's not. I know there's not that many people watching right now, but it's just not that fun.
Get it?
I'm just not as interested as they was.
It's funny you bring it up because me and my dad were just watching YouTube last night, and we were watching like the Matter 11 videos of where it was like the first Southern Rye Racing Series compilation video. It's got like 23 million views,
Yeah, is it the picture of the like Ultra 4 looking car on Cable Hill?
Yeah, of Baszler's.
Yeah.
And we were watching that, and he's like, my dad was even like, it's not even close to this anymore,
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's a racetrack now, really.
Yeah, I don't know, man, and I don't, you say like, well, okay, well, whose fault is it, right? And it's like I don't really know because the racers complained that they were tired of breaking their stuff, and oh, cool, man. See, you know what I love is I just had a UTV racer. He just messaged me on Facebook and he was like, "They're not the same." So it's cool to see you guys are watching me, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, definitely, it's like with the introduction of UTVs and stuff like that, like I realized the courses kind of had to change, and I honestly thought the Mid-America hills this year for Visions, I thought they were really cool because it was high horsepower, like loose climbs, but the thing that I talked to Clyde about when I was there with him. What's up, Juan Pablo? Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. The thing, spectator, right? He's trying to get this to a point where it's profitable and it's mainstream and all this and that. And I was just kind of like, yeah, but the hills are in the woods, and he's like, if I can't get the equipment there and I can't get all the stuff there, it doesn't make sense because nobody wants to race for a race that nobody's watching. And after spending some time, I was like, man, is anybody watching anyways? Like, I had one of the guys who used to work for the series as well, and he sent me a message after I left, and he was like, "You must have took all the views with you, haha." He's a boomer, so he's like, thought it was super funny, and I was like, that was not like I didn't want that or ask for that or anything. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's happening, but they're bleeding right now, and I was like, between you and and everybody else that's watching, I'm not sure the future of hill killing and rock bouncing and all that stuff, because I don't think what it's doing right now is gonna make it last forever. I think it has like a fizzle date with what it's doing right now. And the outlaw stuff is cool, and now the .1 stuff where they do two, side by side, a little bit easier hills. I think the outlaw should do a like bounty hill every single race and have the optional thing, like if you want to do the bounty series at the end of the day when there's no pressure, no time constraint or anything like that, like, we'll go run, the first 5 people who sign up get entered. But so my racer friend said, DC said it best, if you're coming, hang on, let me open this back up. It says, if you're coming to a race, bring a buggy or don't come. There's something to that, right? Because basically what he's saying there is, if you're just there to watch and just hang out, it's probably not going to be a good time. Which, don't get me wrong, I had a good time when I was at the races and all that kind of fun stuff. I had fun doing that. But, I don't know, man. You get what I'm saying. I went back and watched some of those trail riding videos that Mad Ram put up, and even trail riding was like, trail riding's cool,
Yeah, those guys are wild.
Yeah, dude. And I talked to Matt Myrick too, because I was like, he did the whole Jeep series at Stony Lonesome and all that kind of fun stuff, and I was like, I love this content. Like, it's my favorite kind of videos you guys make, and the Utah videos, they were okay. Cheap Jeep stuff at Windrock was cool. I just think that like everybody did Utah for like in like 2 months, so it was kind of an overload.
All around UJS.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. You go through these waves of stuff, and Utah gets blown out for me. And he was telling me that basically like trail riding videos, they are 6-to-1. Like racing videos get watched more, and I was like, it's just so crazy. But I mean, I guess if you're gonna sit down for 5 minutes and see the highlight reel of a race, it's awesome. But like watching a full race is not awesome. And
sure.
When I signed up for the narrator job, like I kind of knew that too. That bouncing like the races, it's a really expanded version of what you see. I'd been to races before, all that kind of fun stuff, but I had kind of leveraged the narrating position with all my sponsors and stuff, like, so it started to make fiscal sense. And I don't know, man, it just the time away versus the return on investment just wasn't there. So you hate to see it, but it is what it is. So I've got some more people actually chiming in here. Says, see you on the trail. Says, I always thought bouncing would fizzle out since the beginning, and all it's done has grown. Says, my first event was 2012 for reference. I mean, I get it. It has grown, but you have to also tagline that with when it first started at your first event in 2012. It was completely different of what it is now. And the question,
$30,000 rigs.
Yeah, and absolutely, that's its own topic, right? But like the other side of this coin is, they're not doing what they were doing in 2012, and from 2012 to 2015, it blew up because they were doing, gray rock. Like where they had like 2 races a year, 3 races a year, and they were hitting crazy ledges at super high speed, crazy rocks. And now we do see stuff like the Hollerwood course this year, in my opinion, was the exact same one they ran last year, minus like the log thing at the bottom that they had built. It was boring. Just was boring. I don't mean that to be like a dick or anything. Yeah, see you on the trail set, and they had no safety gear either. That's the part we shouldn't talk about. Because it's amazing.
I got landed on.
Yeah, dude, and like I go back and I watch
the hard way.
I watched like what's the name of the Tanner girl? Not Stacy Tanner.
Shelby.
Shelby, thank you. I go back and watch like videos of her. Dude, she would send it to the moon, but she would also wreck a lot.
Yep.
And dude, she you know, I think they had like
trooper.
Yeah, foam noodles on the roll bars, and then like no, like just no other safety gear other than like you know a harness, something like that. But I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Back then you had a 5-point harness and a neck roll. You're good to go.
Dude, this I mean I'm talking pre-neck roll days, which is even more startling. And
yeah, the game's definitely changed.
Yeah.
I mean, guys are building $200,000-$300,000 purpose-built race rigs now.
Yeah. Okay. So my racer says we're running Showtime Hill in UTV for a Bounty Hill event. Let me go back and look because Showtime Hill.
In Arkansas? Showtime Hill was really cool. I was there. They did the shootout, and everybody actually climbed it again. And that was kind of a another realization of how far the vehicles had come.
Yeah, that's a big like when you go back and I'm not gonna put any sound on here. I'm, you know, who's watching this? Mad Ram. Thanks, Cole. I appreciate it. If you don't like me watching your videos on stream, just let me know. Which you'll probably never see this. So, but yeah, man, like old Showtime Hill, like this rig. This thing is I don't want to call it like piece because it's not a piece. But when you compare it to what's being raced these days, it's a piece, right?
Yep. It's a Jimmy Smith buggy that's got 4 inches of up travel in the front.
True. But there it is, man, just bouncing and hopping its whole way up. And let's see. So this was in 2012. I would like to see if we can sort this by upload date. 4 years ago.
So, I'm trying to remember. So yeah, Timmy had Showtime 2 whenever we were there at the shootout. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so the most recent video is Tim Cameron makes 10-second run on Showtime Hill. Nice.
Yeah, that was finals that year. I was there for that too. That's when it became a highway. So the ledge had been huge for years, and whenever they ran the shootout, Bobby Tanner went up there with a cut 44-inch bogger and absolutely tore that ledge down.
Yeah.
Made it a dirt highway.
Yeah. So this is the
after that everybody's making it.
This is the same man. That's such a good looking buggy. This is the same hill that they ran the Ultra 4 shootout too. I remember like seeing all the Ultra 4 cars. Yeah. Man. And what park is this at?
Hot Springs.
Okay. That's to me. That's like where Southern Rock was always at Hot Springs. But yeah, man, it's nowhere near what it used to be, and especially the IFS cars that they have now. I mean, how fast do you think they could hit that?
Oh yeah. I mean, even in solid axle, they were flying over it. Yeah, it sucks big time that they don't race at Hot Springs no more.
Well, if my guy is right, looks like they'll be going back. Says we're running Showtime Hill in a UTV for a Bounty Hill event, which would be awesome.
There's a few showtimes around. That's what I'm wondering, because technically they're not supposed to have actual race events at Hot Springs anymore.
Is that a law?
So there's not a whole lot of people viewing this, but so like Hot Springs and like S'more here in Missouri, they're actually like federally funded.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Some people don't know about that.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's not like a secret or nothing, but there's something with it insurance-wise that they can't run a race there no more. Because like they were trying to get .1 in there.
Yeah.
They said like the only way that they could do it was to make it like a charity event.
Huh. That's weird.
Hot Springs is such, it's messed up because I mean Ultra 4, that was a big race for Ultra 4.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay, so that's something I was going to mention earlier. So I know you're a podcast guy, but did you ever listen to the Talent Take podcast with Eric Miller?
Absolutely, yeah.
So he talked about how like the exposure he got from an Ultra 4 race versus that hill climb that he did. Remember that, like the asphalt dirt climb he did?
Yeah.
He was talking about how like the Ultra 4 live feed did, you know, not a whole lot for their race program in terms of promotion and stuff, but he was talking about they did that asphalt hill climb and their numbers went through the roof on social media. That's kind of why that went, like, was it 2 years ago, I guess? They didn't run like the full nationals or nothing. Shows you where social media is at.
my UTV guy just sent me, and my UTV guy is actually Matt Buxton, so I'll give him credit where credit is due. He said they're actually running it as a charity event.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So, if you're on YouTube, you can look up Timmy going up it. Timmy was the first Razor buggy up it.
Yeah, I actually was looking at that. Is that, did he build, so...
That was Justin Pierpoint's ORB buggy.
Yeah. I thought that was Justin's original buggy.
Yeah. Justin was there, and they told Timmy to go up it.
That's hilarious, dude. Man, I'll tell you what.
I think Danny tried it first in his Apex Razor that he had and couldn't make it.
Danny...
And Tim Smith.
Really? I didn't realize Danny had been around that long.
Yeah. He had a wild little Razor buggy there for a while.
Was it the one that got turned into the little Coors Light rear steer buggy?
No, this one. I think you're right. No, it's the one that. So that buggy ended up being the one that Jay Stortz had. The orange and silver one.
Yeah.
It was that chassis, and it had a little Apex motor in it that made like 300 horsepower. It was like the same thing that the Hollingsworths were running.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. I wish the
You're wild.
I wish the Hollingsworths were still super active like they used to be. I know that there was all that drama and stuff, and I don't know.
The new buggy's about done.
That's what I keep hearing, man. But I've been hearing that for like I don't know how long. You know?
Are you on Snapchat?
No.
So I have Josh Paris on Snapchat, and he posted a picture of Clayton's new buggy the other day. Like, I don't think many people have seen it. It looks wicked.
Is it another like full independent car?
Fully independent, and you know, like the Razor chassis, like Skelton has.
Yeah.
Like, or Skelton had. It looks just like that in big form. Yeah. I wish he still had the picture of it.
Yeah. I feel like I saw like the early pictures of like the lower.
The Outlaw powder coating page. They have pictures of it. Still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Outlaw powder coating. They still have pictures of it on there. Very sweet looking rig.
Dang. Talent tank closed.
Closed?
Yep, says it's done.
Oh my gosh.
Part of me wants to comment on here and be like, welcome to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Dude, it's hard, man. I know we've like all voiced it and stuff like that, but dude, it's so... Total Off-Road Podcast, Wine and Whiskey, man, those guys...
Yep.
I don't know, man, how they have like the full stamina to just keep on making podcasts. Like, it just... Like, I think it's because they operate with hosts, where me and Trip, we did ourselves and like an interviewee, and dude, it's so, if you don't have anybody to rely on or like keep the conversation good and stuff, it's just so difficult. Dude, this thing's sharp.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I like the
it's all powder coat and everything now.
Wow, dude.
It's like black and purple.
You're right, it does look just like Skelton's buggy though.
It's pretty wild looking.
That's really cool. And man, he did the correct way to do IFS arms. It pisses me off whenever I see IFS people put the arm on the top A-arm, or put the shocks on the top arm. It's just like, oh, you've just missed so much, like so much benefit. And it's like the Pro R stuff, man. The Pro R having that like real stupid it's like where the shock mounts and it goes like through that around the axle. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know how you're gonna get around that, because you're gonna have to build a set of arms that has an extra tab down on the bottom. Like ORB or somebody, they'll build it where it doesn't go around the axle, and they'll build it where it's like, you know, if it goes here and it goes around the axle, like down here, they'll just build it where it connects to the lower, like, but it's just leaned back or something. There's no way that that's going to be a strong enough system.
I don't know. Definitely not a bike you want to buy the first year of.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I'm all for like big power, more power, all that kind of fun stuff. But all those U-joints in the drive line too. I think it's
It'll
gonna
be heavy too.
Dude, it's just so much. You added so many more components to a moving part, and
A transfer case and a side by side.
I didn't even think about the weight. Now that you said that, I'm like, yeah,
It's gonna be 2,000 pounds.
yeah.
Ish. I mean, it has to be. And you're gonna get a 200 horsepower Can-Am that runs circles around it.
Yeah, dude. Can-Am will be on top for a while. I don't know if they're like, I don't know why Polaris built that machine. Like maybe they're thinking it's going to be more reliable, like for the everyman, and cut down on maintenance and stuff like that. But I really just don't ever even come close to seeing that. Like, there's no way that they think that that's more reliable when you introduce so many more different moving parts.
Right.
All right, I just got out of this. Well, I almost got out of it. Just got out of that section, so it's doable, which is good.
That's an awesome spot.
Yeah, it should be fun. But yeah, Matt said they're gonna run a charity event. That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing how they piece everything together here.
What buggy does he have? I know the name's not so familiar.
Trump Train buggy. It's like I think it's like
Okay. Yeah.
He's cool, man. I think he's Super Grip sponsored too, so that's the common ground there.
It's the one Spencer drove at Visions, right?
Yes, I believe that's correct, Matt. If I'm just making shit up, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That sounds right.
Also, I don't know if you could hear it coming through the stream, but did you know you have a built-in air compressor on this machine?
I did not know that.
So if you press insert and delete, you see how my tires are actually airing up?
Yeah, I've seen mine will do that. I just haven't ever tried it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've seen something pop up for it earlier.
Did
Matt climb one of those crazy hills up in Ohio?
I think so.
Razor buggy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Matt, I'm sure he'll message me here in a second to let me know. But yeah,
which one that was? Dead Horse or something?
Yeah, it was. I remember seeing the video, being like, "Does this guy race?" And then I think he showed up to Dirty Turtle.
Yep.
So here's the question. Matt says, "Yep, that's right."
Yep.
Awesome, dude. I love having like a little community around this stuff, man. I think the most fun that I have streaming is like sitting here talking with you and having people chime in on chat, man. That's for sure the most fun part of all this. All right, so this climb.
Yeah, it's
right
a lot
here,
more interactive.
definitely.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the exit here is over here. So I'm just gonna have to.
It's freaking wild.
Alright, we'll try that again. But yeah, man, so like you're young, Matt's young. See you on the trail. I don't exactly remember how old he is. So he's been chiming in here. I'm trying to get like the older demographic to engage with like live streams, and I really wish I could get them off Facebook, but I really don't see that happening.
Yep.
And Facebook, man, just sucks. Like it just died on me earlier. I got a notification that one of the nodes, like one of the connections was lost, and my entire stream just restarted. It like restarted my timer, and it just didn't tell me anything, and apparently Facebook lost the thing.
It told me it was trying to reestablish the connection, and then it just never did nothing. I figured it was my Wi-Fi or something janky.
Nope. And
Sweet.
So close. But yeah, man.
Twitch is smooth.
Dude, Twitch is super good. I'm pretty close to having monetization on my YouTube channel, and I'm thinking about doing some kind of giveaway or something to get the subscribers into the monetization zone. I think I need like 300 more, and then I just need some like decent engagement metrics, and I'm thinking about talking to either Super Grip and maybe doing another set of tires, or maybe doing like a set of RCV axles or something. I don't know. I'd have to pay for the RCV axles, and I don't know how much I have to pay means, which scares me. Because I need to put those Trail Series axles in my machine. I've had them for like 7 months now, and I just haven't got around to it, man. Just, you know how it is, man. Time's crazy.
You're retired.
That's it, man. I'm trying. I got a trip down in November, and I feel bad if I don't put them in before then.
Where are you going in November?
We're going to Windrock.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's one of my buddies. He's a little older, and his family's actually the ones that showed me where Razor was. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Comes around, goes around.
Yeah, dude. It's funny because now, you know, any kind of discount or something I can get, I always like try and like give it to him. So I'm like, man, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have lost all this money.
Right. They are not cheap. That's for freaking sure.
Nothing about this sport is, especially racing.
Oh my gosh.
So I see you on the trail.
I don't know how people do it.
Figure $1 a subscriber a year. I hope that's what it is, man. Hope that's what it comes down to.
Enough.
Alright, so I think I've got this.
So is your Rift fully retired now, or?
So I feel I have mixed emotions about it. I want to keep it pretty much all stock, and I also, you know, I painted the chassis, which was I'm fine with. I didn't feel too bad about doing that, but what is difficult for me is that is the first pre-production car they ever made. It's literally serial number 0001. So I
crazy.
will probably keep it forever and just have it like it is. I've got stock electronics and everything in there, so I don't know. I would love to start doing some like real modifications to it, but it works. I mean, pretty decent. Axial sent me a replacement housing, and they also sent me a locker, and they sent me some optional parts too, which never got released, like some knuckles with caster. And it's so funny, I talked about those on stream, and then Axial like messaged me and was like, why would you talk about things we didn't release? And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are planning on doing. I was like, well, don't get mad at me when I talk about something you sent me. So,
if anything, I just gave you free advertisement.
yeah, I was like, why are you upset with me? And I'll tell you, I think that will probably be the last time that Axial and I worked together, just because it was so stressful, man. You know, there's that old cliche of like, if you get something for free, like you're going to end up working for it. Dude, they told me the night before, hey man, the car drops tomorrow. And I was like, are you kidding me? And they're like, yeah, like have all your posts go up at 10:30 in the morning. I was like, I haven't done anything because you guys were quote unquote gonna get back to me on a release date. And I had to record everything that morning, and like, you know, they don't tell you who else has the car too, so you're kind of like anxiously waiting to see, you know, who all comes out with what, and like obviously the usual suspects, they all had it and everything. But it was really stressful. I don't know if I would like volunteer to do that again, which sounds crazy, but I don't know. It was alright.
I get it. It's not what it's cut out to be.
Nothing's ever free.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. I think having a second option right here is actually going to help me out quite a bit.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Keep something.
A little notch.
Yeah, a little something different here. See you on the trail says, what game is this and can I get it? Is it available on iRacing? So this actually isn't iRacing. This is a fully independent game called Beam.NG Drive. This game was originally designed like 20 years ago, called Rigs of Rods, and then all the developers for Rigs of Rods quit and started building this game. And trying to decide if I like this. That's probably okay. They started building this game. iRacing here, See You on Trail says like it's like Minecraft for wheelers. This game is way better. I can already tell you. If it's anything close to Minecraft, this game will win out for sure. But this game's like $20. The only issue is you gotta have a hell of a computer to run it. It is extremely demanding. I think I bought like a $1,500 computer just so I could play it. Like, I just went with one of those like ready-made machines, and it was so much easier that way. Okay.
Yeah, I got an absolute steal on my setup, so I'm on the same boat.
Yeah, I got mine 2 years ago, right before the chip shortage, and if I bought the same machine now, I think it was like $4,000.
Yep.
It's crazy, man.
Found a local kid that needed money, and I bought a triple monitor gaming setup. It was probably like a $4,000 setup for $300.
Word, dude, that's killer. Here, I'll show you on stream here what I've got from my setup, because obviously I work at home, so I'll show you guys what I've got going on here. Okay, I just realized I left some yogurt here from when I was working earlier. That's funny.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you know, I'm like a classic neckbeard. So that's actually my work setup. There's 230 inches, and then like my surface I work off of, and then there's the microphone for this setup, and I don't have a ton of cable on this one, but there's chat, there's everybody, there's streaming service, here's the game.
Look at that.
Looking at the boy. So that one's a 27. Yep. This one's another 30, and then you know, got the steering wheel and all that kind of fun stuff down here.
I think I have triple. They're like 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize monitors were so expensive until I went to go buy them on my own, and then my work shut down the office. So they had like 60 monitors, and they're like, if you need one, come get it. And I was like,
sure.
I need 5. And I think I ended up with 3, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I bought this whole setup to do iRacing. I was so hard into iRacing for a really long time.
Is that what is that like the dirt course stuff I've seen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the Pro 4 trucks and Pro Lights on. It's fun, but it gets boring because you can't really free roam.
Yeah.
You know? Me and a couple of my buddies, we all did like leagues and stuff. So every like Tuesday night, Wednesday night at like 8 o'clock, whatever, we'd have a race, and it was like a point series. So that was really fun.
That's really cool, man. I don't have any friends that play games. I'll tell you what, man. Like, working from home has changed my entire dynamic of like having friends, because you know, when you don't leave, like the only time I leave is go to the house, go to jiu-jitsu, and dude, it's rough, man. I'll tell you, I did not ever expect to have such an issue working at home, just because I don't see people anymore. That's why I've enjoyed doing these streams. It's nice to have somebody else in here.
Right.
But yeah, man, I need to get out more. I really need to start, like, I'm still like a little weary of like going back to church, like with everybody like singing and things like that, like in the sanctuary and stuff like that. I'm like a little sketched out about going back to church, because Delta is like insane. I know where you in Missouri, it's pretty crazy too right now. But I don't know, man. I'm not like fearful of my life or anything like that. I'm not worried about it. I just really don't want to get my like my baby sick, right? Like any kind of
sure.
Any kind of sickness is not a good sickness for a baby. Like, I'd be fine, but I don't know. And,
what if?
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too, man. My parents are like in super bad health. Yeah, I'll say that with a grain of salt. You know, they're like the kind of people that end up in the hospital. I'll say that. So I try not to, you know, just trying to be smart about it and all that kind of fun stuff. But at the same token, I think my aunt had like a really hard time with COVID. They thought actually she was gonna pass away, and my grandfather sent me a message and was like, "Hey, just so you like know, it would mean the world to me if you got the jab." And I was like, I really don't want to, and I was pretty against it, and I actually ended up going the other day and getting the first shot of Pfizer, because my wife is in Chicago, obviously, and she's going to this conference, and like I think there's something like thousands of people at this conference. And I was like, if you come back home and give me like COVID and like I can't go to work and like all this and that, because I'm just expecting that she's going to return with COVID, being at such a big conference. I was like, I'll be super pissed because, you know, not only, like, I have a hard enough time taking care of my baby, like, I can't take care of myself and the kid and you and the other kid. I was like, I will not be able to make it. So, I didn't have any, like, crazy symptoms or anything. My arm hurt, like, really, really rough the day after. But they say the second shot is the worst. But I don't think, like, young people really need to get it. I think it's kind of stupid. Unless you have, like, you know, some kind of underlying condition that gives you some kind of predisposition. But it's so funny.
100%.
It's so funny to see, like, people who are pro-choice and things like that. Like, I don't know, and whatever, you know, that we're in the late hours. I'm not sure who's watching. But, like, girls are really on this kick. The people that piss me off, like, on social media, are typically females who are, like, very outspoken, pro-choice, like, your body, your choice type people. And now they're like, if you don't get the vaccine now, you're, like, you know, killing everyone. You're killing all the old people, all this and that. I'm like, I thought I had a choice about what goes in my body. And it's so crazy, like, that it's been so divisive. I just don't understand. Like, I understand, like, political parties and this and that, yada yada, like, politics are out of hand, but, like, damn, dude, I'm so tired of seeing everybody argue about this stuff. It's not that big of a deal. Either choose to do it or don't. If you do it, great. If it helps you feel safe, you feel safe. But if not, I literally couldn't give less of a care. Like, who cares about both sides, honestly? Like, the extremes on both sides, I'm just like, I don't give a damn about what you guys are doing. I'm just going to do my own thing and hope for the best.
Yep.
But See You on the Trail said in iRacing they mainly do NASCAR stuff. That's what the pro racers were using under Rona or during the lockdown.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So they had Crandon and the Reno U4 course.
Yeah, they have Wild West, Wild Horse Pass, Crandon, and then they have Bark River. They're all short course racetracks.
That's really cool.
The cool thing about iRacing is that, like, it's way more tunable than, like, even this game. Like,
really?
You can change every tube of a bypass, you know, and, you know, tire pressure, gears, sway bar stuff. It's really in depth, and that's what I really enjoyed, was making my jump faster than everybody else's, I guess, because
you know what you're doing.
Experience with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, it was really cool. It's expensive though.
How much?
I think. So when I bought it on like Black Friday. But if you, I think, like, if you sign up brand new subscriber or whatever, like 1 year is like $120.
Ooh, that's weird.
It's not horrible.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna look it up.
That's pretty expensive. Like, I mean, this is coming from a guy who paid $70 for a World of Warcraft expansion. So, I mean, take what I say with a grain of salt, but, like, yeah, that's a lot. And it's your subscriptions?
Yeah, they've got it on sale now, so you can get 2 years for $120 now. They've definitely lowered it. It used to be like crazy.
Probably because they realize their shit's too expensive.
It's right here, 40% off on all the prices. So
oh my
1 year
God.
1 year is $66 now. Yeah, and it was 40. Yeah, regular price was $110 a year, and then normal price for 2 years was $199.
Dang. On a side note, I'm about to climb out of this climb with non-sticky tires, which makes me think I need to make it harder. Watch me get stuck just right here.
Note to self, don't exit out of Discord.
Oh, yeah. So, See You on the Trail says also you get the wheel with the seat with